You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
Well, we are getting some scattered showers here this morning, even more rain on the way. In fact, our parking lot right here getting some light showers right now. Glad you're with us at 6 a.m. I'm Eric Connert.
And I'm Netta Irampur. Evan, tracking the rain. Yeah, you see that green right behind you there. It's coming at us, Evan.
Yeah, it's just starting up. This is kind of the precursor to what will be much heavier rain and mountain snow in the forecast late tonight into tomorrow. So I want to let you know that we're starting off the day with these scattered showers. But once this wave clears off to the east, we're actually going to be off to a dry remainder of your Tuesday. During the daytime hours, we're actually expecting the sun to peek through, temperatures to climb to about the mid to maybe even upper 50s, but you'll see that chance of showers really only exists between now and 8 a.m. before we start to move toward drier skies. It'll be short-lived. We'll see that wind really accelerate this afternoon, especially across the mountains and deserts, but even along the coast and inland, we'll have that wind advisory in effect, expecting another 1 to 2 feet of snow off toward the mountaintops. A lot more stormy weather to come that we'll time out for you in just a few minutes. Back to you two.
Thank you so much, Evan. And now this morning, both the city and county of San Diego and the state of California lifting the COVID-19 state of emergency. The vaccine mandate for city employees will also end today as part of that. So experts are saying the virus, it's still an issue. In nearly 3 years, there have been just under 1 million reported infections, more than 5,700 COVID deaths here in San Diego County. And the emergency allotments given during the pandemic to those receiving the CalFresh food benefits also end today.
A lot of people depending on this. This means families will see the last boost to their benefits next month. CBS 8's Dana Marie McNichol is live outside the San Diego Food Bank now to explain how they're preparing for a potential surge in demand there.
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta. We're seeing that the food bank is looking towards the future because they know that so many Californians, millions of Californians, have really relied on getting food for their family due to this emergency allotment. This is on top of their regular food stamp allotment. Now, that's not going away, but the $95 that they get every single month, that will disappear. The last emergency allotment will be handed out on March 26th, so that's next month. Now, of course, the San Diego Food Bank is saying, hey, we have to ramp up for uncertain futures, especially because of inflation, and that continues to climb. They say they're doing their preparation in the same way they did during the start of the pandemic. They're gearing up for increased demand for their services, including no-cost food distributions. Take a listen.
We are, I can say, preparing for a potential increase, and we're doing that by making sure that we have the right types of foods in-house, and that we're letting our donors know in advance so that they can help and support the San Diego Food Bank as well.
Now, again, the emergency allotment could be as much as $95 per family. So, again, that's a lot of change for that in terms of budgeting. Now, if you are looking for a little bit more help, San Diego Food Bank has resources in both English and Spanish. You can find their link on CBS8.com under the Help tab. You can find all the information there. I'm Dana Marie McNichol coming to you live from Mira Mesa.
Dana Marie, thank you. And now President Joe Biden's student loan forgiveness plan, that's in the spotlight today.
Yeah, the U.S. Supreme Court is set to hear arguments on 2 cases linked to this program. And CBS 8's Chris Grove joining us live in studio here to tell us what's at stake for student loan recipients. Millions of people this impacts here.
Yeah, a lot of people waiting to find out whether or not their applications are going to actually result in some forgiveness for their student loans. And as you said, millions of them are waiting. It's been a divisive topic since the plan was announced, since it was put forth in motion. And it's trending to really start to fall on party lines.
The legal justification for it is highly questionable.
We're confident in our legal authority.
And so today, the Supreme Court will hear arguments on actual 2 challenges to President Biden's plan to forgive student loans. Now, for those of you that don't remember, the Biden administration's plan was to offer $20,000 in relief for Pell Grant recipients and $10,000 in relief for other federal student loan borrowers, but they have to make less than $125,000 a year. One case was brought forth by 6 Republican-led states that claim they would be negatively impacted financially by the plan. The other was brought forth by 2 borrowers from Texas that don't fully qualify for debt forgiveness. Critics of the program say the country cannot afford to pick up the tab. In fact, the Congressional Budget Office recently said that the plan would cost almost $500 billion, anywhere from $300 to $400 billion. Supporters of the plan say this will give millions of Americans more financial freedom and will help spur the economy. The thing is, though, the Supreme Court justices are not going to be looking at either of those arguments, but instead this. Take a listen.
Justices will be considering whether both the states and the individuals even have the legal authority to sue to challenge the plans, as well as whether the Biden administration has its legal authority to forgive student loans.
So again, the Supreme Court justice is not necessarily going to be looking at the cost of the program, but do those who are suing actually have the right to sue, and does the Biden administration actually have the right to end these loans, to give forgiveness, if you will. So loan payments have been on a moratorium during the COVID-19 pandemic. That moratorium will end 60 days after the Supreme Court's decision, or it could end 60 days after June 30th, whichever comes first. Eric?
All right, Chris, thank you for that. So this morning we might know what caused that loud boom and the shaking throughout San Diego. Did you feel it? Happened yesterday around 4 p.m. Officials at Camp Pendleton say they can't exactly confirm it was them, but they did say there was live fire training going on. It involves high explosive munitions that could be heard up to 50 miles away. It's happening through next Sunday, and a lot of you have been talking about this on social media. Karina writing, yes, the windows shook at work. I'm out by Grossmont, felt it out there. Joe said here in Shelltown, felt and heard it. It even rattled my windows. And Andrew says, so weird. I used to live by the train tracks, and that's what's by my building. Being felt like it was a quick rumble there. So a lot of you weighing in on the loud booms and the shaking that was happening here. Of course, we live in a military town. Not the first time, nor the last time that's going to happen. Checking in with Evan here. Some light showers out there right now. Are we going to get a break before the heavy stuff comes?
We'll get a break. Partly cloudy skies by the afternoon. It's going to be really comfortable into the afternoon, minus, of course, the cooler than average temperatures. But take a look. We just got these numbers from the National Weather Service as to how the overnight hours panned out. And hey, Julian came in with almost a quarter of an inch. They are the standout. Vista, though, 18/100ths. Escondido, 12/100ths. Most of us came in under a 1/10 of an inch overnight. So again, this was from late last night all the way through this morning. There is a very good likelihood that in the next couple hours, the National Weather Service will put out updated numbers as we are still seeing this kind of wave of moisture push on shore. Forecast still includes AM showers, and then we'll move toward partly cloudy conditions by the afternoon. Temperatures peaking in the 50s. You've got current temperatures outside a little bit warmer than yesterday. We're in the 40s right now, 48 in Oceanside all the way down through Encinitas, 51 in Del Mar, 46 in Poway. And when you compare these temperatures to 24 hours ago, we're warmer across the county, more significantly warmer off toward Ramona and Julian, where we've got double-digit changes compared to yesterday. 11 degrees warmer right now in Ramona. Julian is 13 degrees warmer. Borrego Springs, look at them, 18 degrees warmer right now than 24 hours ago. When we look at the rain that's on the way, we're going to start off with light scattered showers. So between now and the end of the day, we have the chance of maybe another 1/10 of an inch, very light overall. But when we run through tonight through tomorrow, that's when we see the brunt of this storm come. We're expecting about 1/2 inch along the coast to 1 inch total as you move farther east. Escondido, Ramona, Poway, Alpine. All of these models include upwards of 1 inch of accumulating rain on the way. So there is the good potential that this will end up bringing us more than 1 inch of additional rainfall, where some spots have already seen 3 to 4 inches with the last 6 days in total. Across the mountaintops, we're expecting about 1 to 2 feet of additional snow. So you don't need to rush out there to the mountaintops to see the snow, because there is more and more on the way. Let's take a look at traffic as we step outside on our morning commute. So far, no crashes or collisions to take you to here, according to CHP. It will take you down to the South Bay. Looks like around Imperial Beach area, exit ramp from the 5 northbound at Main Street. Right now, it's being cited as closed due to flooding. This could be already lifted, so keep in mind that a lot of the flooding concerns that we've seen over the last several days have been mitigated because of the drier conditions that we have had for the past 24, 48 hours or so. So take it with caution. Northbound 5, Main Street, that's the spot that you want to just keep an eye on as you head out for the morning commute. Netta, Eric, back to you.